Pope Leo XIV delivers a speech during the World Food Day event that marks FAO's 80th anniversary, at the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, headquarters in Rome on October 16, 2025. Photo by Alberto PIZZOLI, AFP. Pope Leo XIV and the Economic Community of West African States have called for restraint, stability and respect for Venezuela's sovereignty following the removal of President Nicolás Maduro and the appointment of an interim government. Speaking after the Angelus prayer at St. Peter's Square on Sunday, Pope Leo urged that the welfare of the Venezuelan people should take precedence over all other interests amid the political upheaval. The welfare of the beloved Venezuelan people must prevail over all other considerations, the pontiff told worshippers. He called on all parties to reject violence and pursue peaceful solutions, stressing the need for justice, stability and national sovereignty. The current situation should lead to overcoming violence and embarking on paths of justice and peace, while guaranteeing the sovereignty of the country, he said. The Pope also emphasized the importance of constitutional order, the rule of law and the protection of fundamental human and civil rights, urging Venezuelans to unite through dialogue and cooperation. Venezuelans must work together to build a peaceful future of collaboration, stability and harmony, with special concern for the poorest who are suffering because of the difficult economic situation, he added. The Pope's remarks came amid international concern following a U.S.-led military operation in Caracas that resulted in the arrest of President Maduro and his wife, who were subsequently flown to the United States. U.S. President Donald Trump later announced that Washington would temporarily oversee Venezuela during a transition period, including deploying U.S. oil companies to repair the country's oil infrastructure. Also reacting, ECOWAS expressed concern over the developments and urged restraint and respect for Venezuela's sovereignty. In a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday, the regional bloc said it was closely monitoring the situation amid heightened international tensions. ECOWAS has followed with concern recent developments in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, the Commission said. While acknowledging the right of states to combat international crimes such as terrorism and drug trafficking, ECOWAS cautioned against actions that undermine international law. The international community must respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states, as enshrined in international law, particularly Article 2(4) of the United Nations Charter, the statement said. The bloc said it aligned fully with the African Union's position, referencing an statement issued on January 3, 2026, which called for restraint and inclusive dialogue among Venezuelans. ECOWAS reiterates its solidarity with the people of Venezuela and urges all states to respect the independence and territorial integrity of Venezuela, it added. ECOWAS stressed that the Venezuelan people should be allowed to determine their future through peaceful and inclusive processes. Meanwhile, Venezuela's Supreme Court has appointed Vice President Delcy Rodriguez as interim president, directing her to assume executive powers to ensure continuity of government following Maduro's removal. In a ruling issued late on Saturday, the court said Rodriguez would serve in an acting capacity while it reviews the legal framework required to govern the country in Maduro's absence and safeguard national sovereignty. The United States has said Maduro will face trial in American courts on drug trafficking and weapons charges. However, the intervention has drawn criticism within the U.S. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi accused President Trump of bypassing Congress and failing to justify the use of military force under constitutional standards. While Venezuela is ruled by an illegitimate regime, the administration has not made the case that an urgent threat to America's national security existed to justify the use of U.S. military force, Pelosi said. She called for immediate congressional oversight and full disclosure of the objectives and consequences of the operation, warning of potential regional fallout.